It's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Sunday night, January the 11th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you guys had a really good Sunday. I saw some of you just 12 hours ago when I did my one weekend morning show, and it was good. We had a good crowd, we had a good discussion, and a very similar vibe, I think, to what's going to happen tonight. But I'll talk about what I mean in a second. I want to start off by saying, moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, know how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you get involved today. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. Like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that the Canucks didn't lose today, like the fact that the Canucks didn't win today, like the fact that we are continuing to build a wonderful community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. So there are a couple of things I want to talk about real quick before we get started. Number one, nothing to do with hockey. I joined 5 of my friends in a champions pool last week, and it was pretty cool. Picture this: there are 6 of us, and we each make 10 picks, and you're picking who you think is going to be the champion or the runner-up for the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup Championship, and the NBA Championship. So you get 2 points for if you name the champion correctly. You get 1 point if you get the runner-up correct. And you can choose from any of the 4 leagues at any time. So there's 6 of us. It's a snake draft, So it was really, really cool. And you can go NBA heavy, NFL heavy, Stanley Cup heavy, or baseball heavy. So I got the 3rd pick out of 6, so right in the middle of the pool. The first person took the OKC Thunder from the NBA. The second person took the Dodgers. So then at 3, I took the Avalanche of the NHL. Then it came back to me on the snake. I took the Yankees from the Major League Baseball. Then I have the New England Patriots, the Houston Rockets, the New York Mets, the Green Bay Packers, the Baltimore Orioles, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Miami Heat. So I have 3 NBA, 3 MLB, 2 NFL, and 2 NHL. So my NHL are the Avalanche and Montreal. Not great. Avalanche is good. But then one of my 2 NFL teams is out already, the Packers, because they lost to the Bears. But at least the New England Patriots survived. And it's a really cool pool already, because there are 4 wildcard games today. 4 of us have lost 1 team already. So I hope that made sense. But it's a champions pool. Really, really, really cool idea. And yes, I do know that the Packers blew a huge lead. I'm very sad. But you like the Dodgers pick. Okay, that's good. No, I don't have the Dodgers. I have the Yankees. What are we talking about? Yeah, it was my 10th pick, Adrian. It was my last pick. What am I going to do? It was either them or it was another bad team. So I took the Heat. I'm going to tell you one other thing before I get into the hockey, but let's do this first. Fangirl with their monthly membership message. Look at that. A nice 48-month icon beside her. Let's give Fangirl some love in the chat. Let's go. The 49ers beat the Eagles. Didn't watch the game, but happy as a Chiefs fan. Still sad about the Super Bowl. Yes, Fangirl does not let go of a grudge that easily. But great point. So the Eagles lost. So someone had the Eagles. Obviously, my Packers lost, but my Patriots won. So I actually had 2 teams that played today. And then another guy had the Chargers, who the Patriots beat. And then another guy had the Jaguars, who lost to the Rams. So Rams almost lost actually. I see one guy on the stake. He took both the Rams and the Bills. Seahawks. Just so you know, the first round went Thunder, Dodgers, Avalanche. That's me. And then it went Seahawks, Broncos, Rams. And then on the way back, it went Bills, Lightning, Hurricanes, Yankees. So, and then Nuggets and Golden Knights. So the first pick, the first guy in the pool has the Thunder and the Golden Knights. The second guy has Dodgers and Nuggets. I have the Avalanche and Yankees, which I like. The next guy is Seahawks and Hurricanes. Next guy is Broncos and Lightning. And then this guy in the snake, number 6, has the Rams and the Bills. So yeah, it's kind of cool pool. But I just wanted to share that with all of you, even if none of you care. Thank you, Fangirl. Let's give Fangirl some love in the chat for using her monthly membership message. Now, what else I was going to say? Here's another thing. I mentioned, for those of you that were on the stream this morning, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But we already have, in the first 5 minutes of this stream, we already have more people tonight than we had all of this morning. So this just goes to show that, yeah, I'm more of at least my audience, I'm more of a night audience. At least that's what I built up, and I'm happy with that. Having said that, I mentioned this morning that I was going to do my stream. Then I had a birthday party to go to, a surprise birthday party. Then I was going to go to church. No, then a meeting, then church, then dinner, and then I got ready for the work week. So I went to this 50th birthday party, and this person goes to a lot of Canucks games with her aunt, who is a 30-year season ticket holder. So needless to say, they also bought a Rogers Arena seat. Oh, I missed. Oh, thank you. Oh, Fangirl, I'm so glad you told me. That was not on purpose. When was that? Was that even before the show? Thank you, Fangirl. I'm so glad you mentioned it, and now I see it. So let's give some. This happened before the show. So let's give some love to Carol for the membership gift. So thank you, Carol. It actually doesn't show up on my YouTube back end. I had to find it in my StreamYard. So Carol, thank you. Fangirl, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm really glad. So let's give some love to Carol in the chat. Actually, I don't see who it went to because it showed up before. I mean, it happened before my. Oh no, I see it here. Oh, I went to BC and Lou, which is awesome. And I already see that you've been commenting BC. So I want to see who this is. And it sounds like you're on the East Coast, BC. BCNLU. All right. Well, let's go for it. I'm just going to call you BC for now. So BC, welcome to Franchise Membership, just in time for our membership live stream, members live stream on Wednesday, even though it sounds like are you on the East Coast or in Montreal or somewhere? And let's give some love to Carol, legendary Carol Bovlander, for the generosity. And thank you, Fangirl, once again for bringing it up. I moved from New York in the spring, but I was on the East Coast for almost a decade. Oh, so are you in Vancouver right now? And should I call you BC or should I call you something else? Because as many of you know, YouTube has kept with usernames and gone away from handles. So I have to click on someone's name, go to their channel, and only if they have their name listed do I see it. So BC's in LA. But this isn't Brandon, right? No, this is someone else. But BC is in LA, but I'll just call you BC in LA then, if that works. Okay. Sorry, but I like to get those. I like to try and use names when I can and when I'm allowed to. Come to a Kings Canucks game. So I will, and I will hunt you down, or I'll not hunt you down. I'll let you know prior. So I was at this 50th birthday party, and the girl who was celebrating her 50th goes to games with her cousin, her aunt, who's a 30-year season ticket holder. So she got one of the chairs, and I got to show you what they did with it. They did it right. So you ready? Check this out. I said, love what my friend Doug did with his Rogers Arena seat. So this is going to get a little confusing. The girls' party I went to, Doug isn't her dad. Doug is her brother-in-law. So we have Janice, who turned 50. We have her aunt Amy's, who is a generation up. So Amy is a season ticket holder, but she got the seat and gave it to Doug, who is Janice's sister's husband. So I think if I take Amy out of the equation, just know that the girl whose party I went to, her sister's husband made this. That's a lot easier to say. Okay. Sorry, that was brutal. You can tell I'm in a good mood. So it was really cool. So what he did is he brought the chair home. And the first thing I want to show you is, well, there's me doing the thumbs up. We had a big party. Actually, I'll talk about the video game console in a second. So if you can see, he actually reupholstered everything. So it's very clean. Like, I'm not worried that I'm sitting on someone's, who knows what, bodily fluid. That sounds gross, or anything, or snot or whatever. So they completely reupholstered everything. So he even replaced he covered up the arm pads right here. And this backing he reupholstered, and it's really cool. He replaced this, and you know what's in here? It's a doggy bed. You know how some doggy beds are kind of puffy and furry. So there's a doggy bed in here that reupholsters. So this looks really nice, right? So a nice lighter red than the original seat, and he reupholstered everything. So that's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like. Very, 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 very clean. And yes, Connor Double C says, seeing a Rogers Arena seat in someone's household is such a weird souvenir. So then you can see he did a really good job securing it. So what he did is he built this basically 2-level thing, because I think, picture this, if he put the bracket onto this bottom one, it would be too low. When you sit on it, it would be too low. So he had to raise it by one. I guess you can, he made it a stair because the bottom of the bracket is, you can tell right here, it's kind of resting on it. So it's secure right here, if that makes sense. The bottom of the bracket hits the middle stair, but then he braced it to the top bracket to make it. So actually he did two. The actual chair bracket he put into this stair here, but then he put another brace on it because it was giving way. And then he made this to give it more leverage, right? And then he found that it was too front heavy. So then he put this wooden one out here. So all to say, it's all stuff that, you can see here. That's the secondary braced one. So he screwed the chair in here, and then he made a secondary brace, and then he put this out here. So all to say, this is way more handy than I could have done. It feels good. It feels clean because he reupholstered the whole thing. And I sat in it for half an hour, just kind of reminiscing. I don't know why. And then I told him that, remember, I bought those two and I was going to put them here. And I was going to try and stream from them, but then Gail didn't want me to put them to the wall. And there's no way in my woodwork 8 skills from Jay and Burnett that I would have ever figured. I'm sure this isn't that complicated, but still, it's very, very solid, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Then the other thing is, if you see in this picture, he took an old gaming console and just hooked up a monitor, but made it look like an old arcade game. So you can't really see it because my fat head's in the way, but their kids playing it all day. It's like a gaming console with a joystick and keypad or whatever. And then a monitor, and then what you don't see is, of course, the wire. So of course it's not like an old school, it's not an actual old school arcade, but he made it like that. And it's pretty cool. That kept the kids busy all day. So you're wondering, okay, what does this have to do with anything? Well, I will tie this in because, as I mentioned, Doug's sister, who's the party for, she goes to games. All these guys know me as not only Clay, but they know me as Canuck Clay. It's kind of funny, actually. So I'd say more than 60% of my conversations today had to do with the Vancouver Canucks. Which console? I'm not sure which one it was. It felt very Sega Genesis-ish, to be honest. No, it was even older than that. Because like Donkey Kong, and actually, I should find out. But Clay chairman, very good. Chairman of the board. I like it. So why do I bring, okay, I can stop showing this actually. I bring this up because I said that 60% of my conversations were at this party were about the Vancouver Canucks. So sure, they asked me about family, they asked me about Sean's engagement, they asked me about New Year's celebrations, and they asked me about church and work. But 60% of the conversations were about the Canucks, and it was good. It was a mixture of fans that know a lot to casual fans, and the question was, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What do you want to happen? What's going on? And what's really interesting about this mix of fans, and it was kind of like a microcosm of this fan base, is you have a lot of fans. You have all types of fans. You have fans that I would say that are in the know or like to pretend they're in the know. And I put in this category content creators like me, like Russell, like Trevor, like Tyler, like Jacob, like Witten and Jordan. And I don't mean this in a bad way. We read a lot, we watch a lot, we talk to each other because we want to come across, we do our best to know our stuff so we can come across as we know our stuff. And I think that's kind of one category, right? Content creators, we know what we're talking about for the most part. We're not always right. You might not always agree with our opinions, but at least we have the capacity and the ability to read, to watch, to kind of and form opinions for ourselves, and then in varying levels of success and ability, articulate those opinions to you. Also, there are a lot of fans that, whether they're on X or not, just seem to follow a lot. They know about salary cap. They know about free agents, IR, injuries, roster spots, draft picks. So there are a lot of knowledgeable fans out there for sure. And even within that knowledgeable fans kind of category, there's a lot of negative Nellies. There are a lot of Debbie Downers. There are a lot of positive Peters or whatever. So you got people even within that knowledgeable category. You have some people that are very positive and optimistic. You have some people that are very negative, and you have everyone in between. And sometimes the negative becomes a silent majority, right? Or at least the loud majority. Sorry, the loud minority. I said that completely wrong. Sometimes the negatives become the loud minority, but they might not be the minority right now because of how the team is doing. And I'll get to that in a second. So that's one category of fan. Then I think there's a second category of fan that has access to that kind of stuff, knows that kind of stuff is out there, but they don't bother to read the fancy stats. They don't bother to go on X or social and to read opinions and to watch content creators. And they just kind of go about doing their thing, or they do watch content creators like me, but they don't need to, and they don't want to or care to get into the nuances of salaries, of IR, of roster spots, of draft picks, standings, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine too. And then I think there's a third type of fan that's even more casual than that. They don't watch any content creators. They don't read any media. They just simply would like to watch the games on TV. They like to cheer for their favorite players. They don't understand why Quinn Hughes got traded. They don't understand that Kiefer Sherwood needs to get traded so we can get assets back. They don't understand the notion of how losing is actually better for you. They just want to see the team win. And that's fine too. That's fine too. And then I think you have a bunch of people in between all these three. I'm not saying any of them are better or worse. You always hear me say that I'm not a gatekeeper. People can fan however they want. I know that I choose to spend a lot of time, energy, and money on this team, and that's by my choice. I would never tell someone that they have to do the same thing, and also I would never accept someone telling me how to spend my time, energy, or money. Okay, so I just want to get that out there because I think there was one show last week where I kind of just let people go for it in the chat, and it got a little, I wouldn't say a little ugly, but it got a little contentious, which is fine. There's certainly some debate, which is fine. And as long as it's debate and discussion and it's not putting each other down, we have to be mature enough to allow those conversations to happen and to be mature enough to understand that not everyone's going to agree with us. So, having said all of that, I bring that up to you because I ran into all three types of fans at this party today for my friend Janice. There's a couple people that watch me all the time, and I knew they watched me because they would bring up stuff that I've said on recent streams, and that was kind of cool. And they understand all the nuances. Then there was a couple people who I think they were smart enough to understand that kind of stuff, but it didn't really get in the way of their fandom. And they were just simply like others that simply say, why did they trade Quinn Hughes? Right. So you kind of had the whole spectrum. So I guess is my long way of saying, I'm going to really open up to you for the rest of the show now. And I want to get your opinions on this. I'm going to save an open mic till tomorrow. So you have to type out your opinions. Tomorrow, you can actually come on the show and share them with me face to face. But for tonight, it's funny because the morning stream I named, I called, the thumbnail was rock bottom. And I said, could this season get any worse? And we had a great chat about that this morning. Tonight, I put the thumbnail said, what did I call it? I don't even know what I called this stream now. Oh, I know what I called the stream. I can't remember what the thumbnail was. The thumbnail was, I should know these things considering it's my show. How come I can't even see the thumbnail anymore? Oh, a season of struggle. And I titled it, Can the Canucks Salvage the Season? So basically, it's two videos saying the same thing. The one this morning was rock bottom. Can the season get any worse? And then I guess tonight's a tiny bit more positive. And it's instead of rock bottom, I called it a season of struggle. And then the title is, Can the Canucks Salvage the Season? As opposed to, Can the Canucks season get any worse? So, but both titles, both thumbnails, both videos are getting at the same thing. And I will do my mid-show stuff now. And then I will come back to you and ask you a couple simple questions. And then we will go from there. Okay? And then save this. Philip, save this. Tank for number one that equals season salvage. The season cannot be salvaged. So hold your comments. I don't want to miss any of them. But to keep it so I don't fall half an hour behind, I'm going to read new comments after my mid-show sponsor read. I start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that, of course, is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, maker of this wonderful artwork you see in my home studio. Support him at GassyJackArt.com. We got Mulligan Golf Company, MLGNGolf.com. Check them out for your golfing apparel and accessories. And we have Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at CanuckClay.threadless.com. Thanks. Reminder of how you can get involved tonight. Whoops, wrong one. You can subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership like Carol has done, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership messages like Fangirl has done, listening on a podcast platform. You can rate and review. So far, with all that, Justin and Fangirl and Swerve and Irvin all tied with 150 points. So it's a three-way tie for first. Let's see if anyone breaks that. And then a bunch of people tied with 75. I figured out that month donating memberships, unfortunately, does not move you up the leaderboard. Not that that's Carol's main motivation, but that's why Carol is not winning, even though she's the one who donated money, because for some reason, donating memberships, gifting memberships does not move you up the leaderboard. Okay, so you can answer any of the four ways I put it. Is it rock bottom? Can the Canucks season get any worse? Or is this season salvageable? Or why are the Canucks struggling so much? I think I answered a lot of those things this morning. Would love to hear. So I think I'm going to start from here. I put the brakes on anyone still criticizing Petey after it came out there was a loss in the family. Okay to talk about trade value, etc., but to snark on the character ethic is an uncrossable line. Erwin, great point. And I think, yeah, we do got to keep the criticism to the play on the ice and nothing happening in the personal life. And I think to even show Petey more mercy, anyone who has experienced the loss of life or miscarriage, we know how difficult that can be. Thankfully, Gail and I have not experienced that, but many of our closest friends have experienced that for sure. Hey, Nick, nice to see you. Jaskimo, looking dashing. Thank you. I do my best. I am the founder of the GLCPC. And by the way, speaking of our best, Dino and Mother Mena back on track.
3, 2, 1. Yeah!
So let's give some love to Dino and Mother Mena for the wonderful $28 donation. Very grateful for your support all of the time. All right, I'm going to get to your questions now. Where was I? I know I was starting from about right here. Yes. Okay, thank you. I saw Gassy Jack being supporting Bean Canucks YouTube channels. Huh? Say that again, Philip. If it's I saw Gassy Jack art, yeah, there's been at least one other content creator who's who he's supporting as well, or approached him for support, whatever way that went. I'm glad, because Gassy Jack is good, and we as a community should support him because he does some awesome work. Can the Canucks salvage the season? Speechless, says HK Chipper. Patiently waiting for Dino to overtake the lead. Well, you didn't have to wait too long. And no, Dino, I did not tell Swerve and Irvin to say that. The only way the Canucks can salvage the season is if they win the draft lottery and get number 1 McKenna, Stenberg, or Verhoff. Yes, I've heard a couple people say that. So there you go. Salvage Boy winning the draft lottery, Canucks price is going down, and the Oilers don't win the cup. Okay, so Justin, that's quite demanding. That's 3 different things. If our current winning percentage continues over the next 15 games, we will need to win our remaining 23 games in a row to hit 96 points, practically eliminating us from the playoffs in February 20. Steven, we're 11 points out right now. I think we can safely say we're eliminated now. I classify myself as a realist. You won't get a raw emotional reaction from me, but I like to think I'm okay at expressing my opinions in an intelligent and cohesive way, maybe entertaining. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I think that shows a lot of self-awareness. And yes, you are intelligent, cohesive, and entertaining. Speaking of intelligent, cohesive, and entertaining, Carol comes through with the $5 donation. Let's give Carol some love in the chat. Legendary Carol Bovelander already turning her attention to baseball. Can't wait for the Blue Jays. Go Blue. Can't wait for baseball. Go Blue Jays. Go. Let's give some love to Carol in the chat. And Alfred, I gotta figure out what this is. Alfred, what did we do here? I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm looking in the chat what exactly this is. Oh, Alfred buys himself a franchise membership. I did not know that you were not. So I'm glad that you are. And that's the most important thing to me right now. So hold on. Let's give some love to SkyTrain Alfred in the chat. That means we have a new member. We have a donation. We have a monthly membership message. We have a gifted membership. So I think, if I'm not wrong, all we need is someone to upgrade, and then we have a high five for the night. Okay. Well, you guys know what you must do. Here comes Harry with a donation. Awesome.
And he got it!
Harry, I'm doing great, and I do not think I'm going to the January 26th game, Shoresy Classic versus Vancouver Canucks alumni. Although I don't have any plans. That's a Monday night, right? Actually, I don't know anything about this. Tell me about this. Tell me more about this, Harry. But let's give some love to Harry in the chat. So yes, we've had donations. We had a monthly membership message. We've had a new membership. We've had gifted membership. That is 4 of the high five. Okay, I'm going to go all the way back now, and I'm not going to rush, but I'm going to try and get through most of your comments. But I do have a lot to catch up on for sure. Okay. Is Baines watching games with the crowds? No, he watches from the Canucks press box. Please come to LA for the LA versus Vancouver game. Want to take a selfie with you. Okay, I will let you know the next time. I've been down there before, but I have not seen a Kings Canucks game. Wow, you guys are generous tonight. It's like you guys don't care how bad the Canucks are doing. You guys are being super generous tonight. I'm so grateful. So Fangirl with the $7 donation saying, go Canucks go. Thank you, Fangirl. Let's give Fangirl some love in the chat. That is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Where are we here? Got to get worse before it gets better. While the Canucks accumulate picks for the rebuild, this might be the perfect opportunity to assemble a goon squad team of fighters in the interim. Win through fighting. Canucks have never done that. By the way, true. By the way, if you saw the video with Chris Faber and Patrick Alvin, he tried to explain what rebuild with a hybrid form or retool with a hybrid form sounds like. Basically, it's a rebuild. He said transitioning into a rebuild while it's trying to keep some veteran players. So nothing that we didn't know already. Demko injury ensures this Canucks team will not make the playoffs. I agree with that completely. It was already trending that way, but that was kind of like the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Do you know is Mom Mena height? I'm not sure what that means, Carol. Too many excuses for PD. He's not a leader, superstar we hoped he would be. Yeah, but you can say you're disappointed in his play on the ice, but we shouldn't take into account anything off the ice that leads into it. I mean, I'm sorry. We shouldn't talk about that, but we need to recognize that naturally might affect someone. PD has been one of the more solid players on the team. People need to lay off and stop using him as a scapegoat, says Kyle. Yabba dabba do you know? 40 games left, maybe win 15 to 20. Yep, and that won't get us anywhere close to a playoff spot. We might be there, rock bottom. Any thought on shutting down Demko and Hito for the season? I don't think they would want to do that. I think Hito's working hard to get back, including being on this road trip. I think Demko, we will see him before the season ends. J-Pat is so shocking. He's on every podcast. Not sure why. What do you mean he's so shocking? Like, you're shocked he's on every podcast, or the way he is shocking? I think without a captain is not helping the team. I heard Alvin saying that the 2026 draft is important to draft younger players and to make trades. Rebuilding team, absolutely yes. The season couldn't get any worse, and I've seen the Canucks see horrible seasons Canucks post the 2020-11 run. Yeah, there's been some bad years. The only way the season can go worse is if the management team tries to make short-sighted trades and trade away draft capital for young players. Excellent point. Worse, Canucks entire franchise getting moved and they win a cup for another. I don't know what I'd do if that happened, for sure. Okay, is it the selfie or the beer? Which one is it? I think the Canucks aren't trying anymore. It's like they give up and not dangerous on the ice. When they're practicing, they look fine, but when it's game time, they aren't themselves. Harry, I would respectfully disagree, only because I've looked at the fancy stats. I bring them up every game. Their effort is there, but their talent is not. That's what I think it is. Or it might, but maybe, you want them to play with more desperation, with more attack. That's fair. I want to say this at this point, the Canucks, as a front office, they should focus on the draft. The top 5 is deep. That is fair, Nick. I feel like management realized they can't win, so they started the rebuild thanks to the losing streak. I think that is fair too. McKenna said he'd love to be drafted by Calgary. When do you say that? I think at this point, the season is at its worst, so it's not salvageable. And their draft lottery luck, we know is not on their side. That is true. Did you read the interview with Rutherford? It seems like he's more content as stated rebuild. I did not read an interview with Rutherford. I saw an interview with Alvin, though, today, Edmund. So what are your predictions for the game tomorrow between Vancouver and Montreal? I think we're going to lose tomorrow. And I think we're going to win against Ottawa. As much as I want to have hope for our team, the season's over. That's fair, Sarah. Salvageable. Just don't get injured. Get one first overall. Brock gets to 20 goals. PD 15 goals or more. So that's Lyndon, that's a success for you. Canuck Clay's lady makeup, $200. Canuck Clay's dedication to Canucks, priceless. There's some things money can buy. For anything else, there's Canuck Clay. I love it, HK. I love that. I might keep that. That's good. Canuck Clay lady makeup, $200. Actually, I don't think they spent that much on me. Sure, certainly didn't look like it. Canuck Clay dedication to Canucks, priceless. Or I thought you could say addiction to Pepsi too. But thank you, HK Chipper. Only have to go 23-0. So you're saying there's a chance. We are 4/5 to a high 5 for sure. You renewed your membership. Awesome, Alfred. Yeah. So we'll count that as a buy, not as an upgrade. But thank you, Alfred. Easy to be considered one of the more solid players on the team when there isn't much for him to compare to. I feel for Petey's tragedy, but let's not give him a pass for another poor year. Yeah, I've already said what I need to say about that. Salvageable, trade for picks and fighters. Do you have any sense? Hey, Joe, nice to see you. So Mr. Joseph San Jose, an amazing leader in our Catholic community. And he's on a lot of my parody videos. When we did the Christmas videos, he was in more than half of them. So Joe, I'm not sure if you're around to hear me answer this. I know I'm 5 minutes late, but great to see you. Do you have any sense of increase of apathy from fans? Yes, I do. And I both, not just anecdotally or whether you call it anecdotally, when I'm talking with people at social gatherings and just hanging out with people, there is that apathy. And definitely when I'm at the games, people don't, I've even joked around, I don't know what I'm cheering for. Am I supposed to cheer when the Canucks score? Am I supposed to cheer when the Canucks get scored against? You know what I mean with that? I just think there's almost a sense when, especially that homestand over Christmas, it was like a slow death march for sure. And the crowd just doesn't even seem as into it as usual. Now I've sold a bunch of tickets up to now, but now I have my next batch of tickets to sell. By the way, if you're looking for tickets to this upcoming homestand, I have a few. I know a guy. So canuckclay@gmail.com, send me an email and I'll send you my ticket list. But Joe, to answer your question, yes, I do sense an increased apathy from fans. Dino, mother, man, I can't wait till the Blue Jays either. Awesome. We are one away from a high five, but there's indeed no pressure to upgrade your membership. There are many reasons why this season is rock bottom. There's evidence to support that they were doing things to tank from the start of the season, hiring Foote as a head coach. You know, conspiracy theorists might say so that they did that intentionally. I think that maybe Foote might be just a little bit over his head, whether that was intentional or not. This season will hinge on whether or not we accumulate draft picks and draft an elite talent. That is fair. I have another long day ahead tomorrow for our drive home. United Center for Blackhawks versus Oilers. Drive safely, Nick. In your opinion, when do you think some of our injured players until the Olympics and some of those games, do you think they're going to come back soon? It sounds like Garland might be the end of this road trip. And I would say Bluger, Hedel, and Rossi, not just yet. Although, yeah, because Rossi's not even practicing. And I think Hedel and Bluger have been in and out with non-contact jerseys for sure. It's a charity game. Thank you. Yeah, the extensions of the three Americans, Quinn Hughes' best friends, is quite baffling now. Yeah, double C, Nick is dedicated. Don't trade Coots to get a 2C. I agree. Close to rock bottom, but there's got to be something good for it. I sure hope so. Answer that one. Besides winning the cup, what do you want to see the Canucks accomplish by the end of the season? I want them to play hard. I want them to play with pride. I want them not to get hurt, and I don't want any more drama. That's what I want. That's what I want for the season. And I'll take the results however they come, because I don't think they're going to win enough to get out of a bottom five spot. I keep saying that they're too talented to be bottom five, but if you're talented, but 3 of your top 9 are out of the lineup due to injury, then that's enough to keep you in the bottom 5, quite frankly. So as long as they play hard, I'm okay with whatever results happen, truly. I'm used often in allowed off seasons. Sure, they can't get worse in the postseason, right? Silly for me tempting the hockey gods. You know, Erwin, that's so funny. I was looking at I sent my ticket list to someone from this community just a couple of days ago, and I copy and pasted from my ticket selling email from the start of the season. And in it, I said, I'm looking forward to a good season. It certainly can't get any worse. Like I said that too in my ticket emails, and look what's happened. Maybe it's our fault, Erwin, me and you. That's like me living in Kelowna, going to a Canucks game, then heading straight home after that. I'd never do something like that in the same day. Yeah, exactly. That's the Kelowna drive right there, 4 hours. Demko to season-ending LTIR to salvage the Canucks season and his career. Interesting. Hey, gang, Clay. Hopefully everyone, January's going better than the boys on the ice. I'll always be Canucks fan, so I view this as an opportunity. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate you chiming in for sure. I think what they were trying to do was sign veterans for cheap, otherwise get younger. They thought it could produce a hybrid younger and retooling. 4 hours. Great night for Team Tank. Yes, Winnipeg won tonight. Remember that the people who tune on here are fans of you as well. Clay. Oh, Adrian, you're so good. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I don't know how to say thank you and expand on that without sounding like I'm being conceited. I appreciate that. And I'm aware of that to some extent. I know there's a lot of people here who aren't fans of me. They'd rather me skip all the stuff about my personal life. Not saying that's what you're fans of, but you know what I mean, right? And they just want pure hockey talk. Because once in a while I will get, messages either, who cares about your family life? Who cares about your church life? Who cares about what you do? And I say, hey man, this community loves me, or hates me or sticks with me for who I am, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. It's like we're married, right? For the good, the bad, and the ugly, you get all of me, not just the Canucks part of me. That sounded both weirdly romantic and gross at the same time. Canucks have only ever finished last once in their history and second last twice. So this is pretty close to rock bottom. Also not a one-year outlier. It's been 2.5 years now and counting. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Although, I don't know if you mean duration because we were in the playoffs 2.5 years. Oh, I see what you're saying. We were in the playoffs 2.5 years ago. That makes sense. Canucks lost yesterday. Nashville won. Jets won. Tank. Hybrid rebuild equals retool on the fly. Like the Sharks did with Toronto. Yeah, so it's actually a hybrid retool. It was a retool with a hybrid form, which I said was just sound like a glorified rebuild. And that's basically what Patrick Allvin said today. Not without the glorified part. Canucks are done for the season. Time to trade Sherwood. Yes, and maybe DeBrus, perhaps. Coaching staff has got to go too. Imagine if they had not done the Garland Demko extensions, they would be very valuable rentals. That's a really good point. I'm not 100% on Team Tank, just want us to win a few games. Have you sat in section 111 before for Canucks game? And it's a good view. It depends on how high your seats are. Anything rows 8 or below, it's nice because you feel so close. But if you're not, but you're also looking up at the scoreboard once in a while when the puck goes to the other end of the ice. If you're basically row 9, 10, and higher in the lower bowl, it is outstanding. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this. Demko put on IR, retroactive to yesterday. Tolopio called up, which we all predicted. And I didn't expect DPD to be sent down and Mancini to be brought up. I think it's fine. I think DPD has struggled a little bit, including last night. I think get him his confidence back in Abbotsford. Mancini's been playing well in Abbotsford from what I've heard. Bring him up. So now you're imbalanced. You're 7 defensemen. Now you have 4 on the right, technically. And you have Hronek, Myers, Villander, and and Mancini. And on the left now, it's only Buyem, Marcus Pettersson, and P.O. Joseph, who can also play left-right unless they try. So maybe Mancini comes in to get some work with the big club and maybe spell off Villander for a couple games, but he's also on your first power play. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they give Mancini one of these 2 games, or maybe he's here for insurance. Maybe he's here because he's been playing. Now they want PD to get his confidence in Abbotsford. He's so negative towards it. Oh, I think, is that a reference to J-Pat? You saw the Messier years? Yes. How many fans over here say PD is still not playing adult hockey? Yeah, I think PD is very divisive here and not intentionally, of course. I didn't know that Lecker was, if Russell's still in here, he'll know for sure. Most fighters and pests from the 2010s are retired or veterans should be available. They can fill in the lineup and interim and coach all the other teams who have left. Catch all the others. So you're saying bring guys out of retirement or semi-retirement? Illness. Thank you. The talent is not. Did I say that or did someone else say that? The Canucks aren't themselves. They need to get a Snickers sponsorship and a bowl of Snickers bars in the locker room. Besser 7.5 times 8. Yes, not great. Canucks Army had an article about McKinnon saying he'd love to be drafted. Well, good for him. Problem is that there are many things the team does not have. Puck control, quick passes on power play, the ability to stay calm under pressure, the ability to communicate in the neutral zone and the forecheck. Season no longer salvageable with the losing streak, very sizable at this very moment. It's obvious that hopes for capturing a playoff spot is beyond remote. Do you think Hronek would be considered a great captain? Yes and no. He's great on the ice, but he's not great with the media. So it depends how much you value being great with the media. Clay Streams helped me keep sane during the season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you. I appreciate that. You don't think Hronek would agree to it? In your opinion, how do you think the baby Vancouver Canucks are doing? They're doing horrible. They're doing horrible overall. We need more Canadians on the team. We got ruined because we put our faith on Americans. I don't know about that. Mathematically, yes. Cheer when you want to cheer, yes. Justin, you probably said this before I mentioned it. I did see the interview, and yeah, they got him to explain what he meant by retool with a hybrid form. If you were to look back, Clay, do you think Quinn Hughes was the right choice for captain, or do you think there's a better choice for a leader to be captain? Hindsight is always 2020. I could easily say now that there are probably a couple guys that would have been better, but I must admit I was not complaining when they named him captain because I thought it was yet one of many devices to get him to agree to stay. So I can't see it in good conscience that I didn't think it was a good decision when they named him. Ovechkin, absolutely insane. 1,917 goals. Will any future generational player ever beat that? I don't know. That's consistency for sure. Double C. It's like Alvina and JR being the mouthpiece for Aquilini, who rarely comes out. That's true. That's true. Don't let the math fool you. That's true too. Hello, James. Doesn't matter about the Canucks win or lose. Oh my gosh. Hey, Trev. Go Clay. Go. Tanking for a top 3 pick. I don't think they can even play to their best, and they still might finish in the bottom 3. I hope Demko's gone always for a month to keep the tank alive. Yeah, Russell said that too. That it probably seals our remaining playoff hopes we had. My friend emailed you, said she was out of town in the UK, so she asked for me your details again for the ticket she was going to buy from you. Okay, was that recently? C edits? How recently? I am looking for C edits. Can you tell me her name or his name? Because I haven't seen anything recently, but I don't want to. My friend emailed you. She was out of town in the UK, so she asked me for your details again. Okay, make sure. Is it about future tickets? Okay, make sure I get that C edits. Thank you. I can never be a reporter for the exact reason I'd be the guy saying, "Oh, that's great," but you didn't answer my question. Wait, was that about me? No, I'm just kidding. I'm anticipating losses on Monday, Tuesday. They haven't said yet, but lower body. Hello, Lucas. At the end of the day, it's just a game. I found it this way. It's not the crest we wear. It's a sweater we wear. I had to step away from the chat because of mental health reasons. Take care of yourself, Lucas. You're always welcome back. It feels like Forbert just dropped off the face of the earth. Yeah, they haven't said much about him, have they? I think the naming of Hughes as captain was more of a jersey profit and marketing sale decision than one of actual leadership abilities. I believe EP40 and JT were the other candidates with Hughes. Yeah, I don't even think it's marketing or profit. I do think it had everything to do with trying to keep him here. Olympics is second week of February, Carol. She lost your contact info. She switched SIM cards. Sorry. I didn't mean to groan like that. I was about to cough. Okay, yeah, make sure she emails me once again. I can't remember what one she asked me about, so I'll have to look that up again. Yeah, see edits. Can you make that happen? That would be great. Hello, oh my gosh. I've got a serious question. Can the Canucks to get a home game? We're doing everything we can. The home record is ridiculous. I counted. We have 11 players older than 28 years old. Then Hronik, Besser, O'Connor, EP40, 27, 28, and the rest are young enough for a rebuild. Yeah, Phil, it's crazy. I've seen stats that show that the Canucks are, I don't know what stat they use or what measurement they use or what minimum game requirement, but they say that they're 4th or 5th youngest team in the league. Speaking for myself only, I love the Olympics. I love cheering for Canadian athletes. Me too. It can get worse. Yeah, 12 assets, right? 4 going with Coots, 8 coming the other way. Crazy, but CHL trades are always massive. And I'm happy for him. Chance for him to play on a better team. Going to be hard to tank after Olympics. Play 22 of 35 games left at home. Grinder, have you seen the Canucks home record? This can be very easy. I think, it was the 3rd goal, Tyler, that I think he might have tweaked something, right? That breakaway where the guy deked him out. Happy Sunday. Quite the gong show for the Olympics. Shaping up to who knows what's going to happen. Would be nice to win a few at home. We are all Clay Nucks. I like that. We're going to use that one. I'm still 9 minutes behind. I got to move fast. Does anyone have memories of a worse season? Remember Naslin said that they choked. That was bad. Some of the Messier years were bad too. Happy birthday, half Coco. Woof woof, doggy soon. What does that mean? Who's that? One thing I can say, the team is never boring like the Ed Willis book. Wait a sec. Justin, I gotta contact you or make it work because I ordered it and I have it. And I actually had a brain fart. Have I not gotten it to you yet? Okay. We will talk off stream. I have it. I received it and I just got to get it to you. Can you find out when someone subscribed to your channel? No, unless I go. No, it's very hard. I see. It's easy for me to see when the number of subscribers goes up and down, but it's not easy for me to see. They don't tell me when it's a new subscriber, and especially, and I'm not bragging, when there's 12,000 subscribers, there's no rhyme or reason there's no list. Members is easy. There's 100 members, and they'll tell me when someone's joined or when they've upgraded, but they don't do that for subscribers. Trev, everyone please hit the like button. It's free and super easy to do. Plus it helps Clay out. Thank you, Trev. Hope you're doing well. At least give the fans something to cheer about at home. The Blue Stanley Cup winning season is so mind-boggling, mysterious, and miraculous. 2019 actually, not 2017, but yes, we got to use that as the exception, not the rule. Retool with a hybrid form. Indeed. Hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Do you feel Alvin is potentially being worse than Benning? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Demko, I don't think would be a valuable rental if he's not coming UFA. A playoff team would not trust him. Yes, and goaltenders market is always very, very soft. I've been the type who enjoys the vibe. Sometimes I don't get overly invested in the results. I enjoy the game as a whole. That is a good attitude. Retool with a hybrid form. That should be written on Servant Irvin's business card. Quick retools only work if the pipeline is stocked. Not sure that's the case right now. Agreed. You can search up how your seat view looks beforehand. There's a website for that. What are we talking about? Something else now? Tomorrow's game is prime. The Canucks will win more than 10, but not saying too much. More than 10. I feel bad for any Canucks fans who made the trip to Toronto. Yeah, but hopefully they're watching. Is it worse if they go to more games? Sections 111, road 22. Those good. Those are good. High enough. Who's going to be in net tomorrow for the Canucks against the Canadians? I think that you go Lank tomorrow and then you pull Tolopilo against Ottawa. Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with BC Place seating because I go to a lot of BC Lions games. Best seats without breaking the bank for concerts. You know, I was up in the upper for, I know you're talking about the Bruno Mars. I so want to go. Thank you, Angelo, for sending me the link. Thank you for tempting me, even though it's a Wednesday night church night. Angelo, let's message me offline because Upper Bowl BC Place is a lot different than Upper Bowl at Rogers Arena, right? At least we went the Rangers. Make money at all costs with the hybrid form. Bring back the voodoo with a bit of a hybrid form, and I'll sit the card behind every verb. Am I the only one who's still trying to wrap my head around this hybrid form stuff? Why not keep the terminology simple? You know, I do think now that it was something he said that he didn't think would take off the way it did. And because he used the term retool as opposed to rebuild. Retool by definition is already a hybrid rebuild. A retool is not like a rebuild where you strip everything down. A retool is stripping some things down, but keeping elements of the old team. And that's what a retool is. So the hybrid form is just redundancy, in my opinion. Topsy-turvy year in the league. The whole league is on its head. Yeah, and the parody is crazy. Hide behind hired puppets and yes men. Corporate speak. No, I think it doesn't matter where he wants to play. It's a matter of who drafts him, right? Okay, I'm still 9 minutes behind. So I'm going to rip through everything. Let the 6-7 meme, this hybrid form thing. If I had a shot for every time I heard the word hybrid, I'd be as drunk as I was on New Year's Eve. Hybrid stuff. No, the hybrid stuff is redundant, like I said. I'd say that Foot's way of expressing a hypothesis that he thinks working towards the theory. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but that's fine. Okay, you know, anywhere there's an @ sign, I'm going to pretend you guys are talking to each other. That'll save me a bit of time. When do you think Sherwood will be traded? Before the trade deadline or during? No, you can't be traded during the trade deadline, Harry. It's either before the deadline or it's not at all, right? Because any time up until the trade deadline is before. That's the definition of deadline. I do think it's going to happen before the Olympics, though. Carol, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself. Quit Hughes is now how he's known. He ruined his legacy. Never mentions his name on the same breath as Sedins and Linden. Okay, well, you can do that. Have a good evening. Take care and good night to you. Oh, that's Simon and Carol. Aquilini hasn't been seen in public speaking to any Canucks fan base since the whole coming from Abbotsford. If that doesn't confirm what a coward he is, I don't know what will. Quinn quit when things got hard. Captains like McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby never gave up on the team through the dark days. See you, Quinn. Don't let the door hit you. I don't think he cares, actually. I do not blame Hughes for leaving. The team quit on him by having a horrible season. Canucks should bring back the Russian rocket Pavel Bure and Alex Burrows, Matt Cook, Todd Bertuzzi, and Sammy Sala without getting hurt. Petey, McKenna, Coots, Rossi down the middle. That sounds great. It does to me too. It sounds really good to me. Although McKenna is a winger. Yeah, you can even go PD, Rossi, Coots, and then insert fourth liner here like Rachu or Sasson, which is fine because they're not all going to get 15 to 17 minutes of playing time. I want to be on a winning team. Both McKenna and Stenberg are wingers. Stenberg is more projectable to the center than McKenna. I do think Stenberg is more NHL ready than McKenna is too, but it's going to be fast. Connor McDavid didn't quit through the decade of darkness in Edmonton. Predictions for fan reception when Hughes comes back to Vancouver. I think it's going to be kind of like Talk It, where I thought it was going to be mixed, but I think just the vibe in game, there's going to be more boos than cheers. Lawrence and Malhotra are centers. My favorite player is still Brock Besser. I want him to do better, but it's always been Brock Besser. Oh, she emailed your Gmail address as I told her to double check with you that you still had the tickets. It was earlier today that she emailed you. See edits, send me her name because I'm looking right now and I don't see it. So I'm not sure if she got a bounce back, but no, I do not see an email from her actually. So can you DM me so you don't have to put it publicly? DM me her name and I will go track down where the email went. Thank you, C Edits. Isn't there a rule in NHL put in that no team can win the draft lottery more than once or twice in a 5-year period? I'd have to look that up. Maybe someone can clarify that for Fangirl. Give her a Gmail. Good. Thank you. I don't know what darkness you speak of, Grinder. The Oilers were in the playoffs a lot more than the Canucks during the Hughes time. Good discussion there. Groin injury, maybe. Pump for Preston. But he took a knee-on-knee dirty hit last night. Oh, no. That sucks. Quite the coincidence. Demko played the first and didn't play the second and third last year against the same Leafs team. Really? Langton was fine. Only let in one. I don't know, Simon. And admittedly, I don't follow Abbotsford enough, so I shouldn't really answer that question just because it would not be a fair answer. Lyndon, you talking about me? You've been watching me since 2017? Thank you. Could Demko be a solid second to Vizna candidate going to playoffs? Yeah, if someone wants to spend the money, but then you're stuck with him for 3 years at 8.5, right? I still love this team. I appreciate you, Lyndon. You've seen a quarter of the home wins. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, they're fine. I always prefer, I can't even say the word. I always prefer myself some Trevor Lai, but it's fine. It's fine. Worst since the early 70s. Devils are dropping. Yes. Happy Monday. Thank you. Eating cashews and smoking something in hybrid form. Disaster for the Canucks at Canadians. There's nothing left to lose, so we should take the chance. What was a disaster last time when we played Montreal? Remind me. Will you be? I don't think I'll be going to the Bruno concert. I know my kids are going to try and buy tickets. I got to see him in August in Vegas, and that was good enough for me. I know it's a new album. I know I love this song, his brand new song. I've been playing it about 25 times, but I probably can't justify missing. Hey, Sean, when did the Bruno tickets go on sale? Sorry? When did the Bruno tickets go on sale?
Wednesday's pre-sale.
Okay. Gotcha. Hey, Michael. Yes, Demko got hurt in last night's game. Why were we pursuing Rossi? He's a third-line C on a contending team. We should have let Besser walk. Yeah, they thought Rossi would be the answer as a 2C. Hockey pool, no change since I last updated you, Simon. I should probably update you just once a week, not every show, because not a lot changes from show to show. PD is still our best forward. Well, he's our highest paid forward. Do you think that in 30 we'll be a good team? By 2030? We better be. We better be. Thanks, C Edits. I just got your text. Thank you. You know, Ticketmaster has event cancellation insurance. I think Canucks game tickets should include some form of medical insurance for the risks that it gives. Good night, Lyndon. Thanks for being here. You need to give more detailed responses to these than just, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, ask me a question, Ricardo, that requires more than an okay or a yeah. Oh, Ricardo, you got an opinion. You try and get through 300 messages in 10 minutes. Sorry, that was too defensive. Ricardo, ask me a question. I'll answer it to your delight. Do you think Hronek will not be named captain because he refused to participate in the Pride Night? Grinder, that's tough for me to say. I didn't even remember that, actually. I would say if he's not captain, I just don't know if he's got what it takes to handle the media. 2 albums in 1 concert, Silk Sonic and The Romantic. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That sounds good, but I still don't think I can do it. I can't even be mad or upset seeing this Canucks team lose, especially after the Hughes trade and Garland and Rossi injuries. The effort is there, but the talent and FU. Yeah, no, that's true. And I've said that many times is rarely do you say the Canucks mail it in or they don't give an effort. They are simply not talented enough right now with the injuries. Without the injuries, they are at least, you know, a little bit below average or average talent. But with these injuries, gonna be bad. He was put on injured reserve, so that means he's got to miss at least a week. And he was put on injured reserve as of yesterday, but usually a week is the bare minimum. This could be a few weeks for sure. ChatGPC says the Canucks win a cup in the next 20 years. Do you see it happening? On one hand, no, because I've been alive 51 years. I haven't seen it. On one hand, the other hand, yes, because this rebuild could get going in the next 2, 3, 4 years, and then there might be good in the next 7 or 8 years. Who knows? Thoughts on the Avs winning streak at home? Do you think they win the cup again this year? I'm not sure if you heard me talk about the Champions Pool Seattle. I hope they win because that would get me 2 points in my Champions Pool. But yeah, they come down a little bit, but still, what a juggernaut. Is Myers captain material? Yes, he is. He's a good leader. Everyone respects him, but he's only got 1 year left on his contract. The Avs 17-game winning streak is insane. Their only nemesis is peaking too early and Rantanen and the Stars. Yeah, what a gauntlet that gonna be in the Central Division. Myers for sure runs the dressing room. He's the alpha now. 2 years. Yeah, he's only got 1 more season left. Ricardo, I just answered this actually, but I'll answer it in full detail so you don't complain. He was put on injured reserve, retroactive to yesterday. Injured reserve is a minimum of 7 days before you can play again. But depending on how bad that injury is, that could easily become 2 or 3 weeks, or even long-term injury reserve, which is 10 games and 24 days. I hope I answered that to your liking. Okay, I'm not being sarcastic. It's to be honest with you, Ricardo, and I didn't mean to come across as a goof. It's a tricky balance because on some days I want to honor everyone that's written something. Of course, the more stream like this where there are up to 100 people in it, and the more chat that goes on, my answers on average need to be shorter. Whereas on a lighter stream or a less populated stream, I can spend more time per answer. And what I've heard from you guys, I've heard both. Like depending on the mood, depending on how deep the topic is, sometimes the vibe is get to every single question because I know what it's like on the other side. When you type in something, most people want to feel acknowledged by the host, not like affirmed and, oh, good job, but rather once the host, the content creator acknowledges or highlights the comment, it shows that he or she found value in your comment. And it is affirming, right? Because I've been on that side too, where I've typed stuff in and I was like, hey, how come the guy didn't answer my question? At the same time, when there's too many, I don't want to be here forever. You guys don't want to be here forever. Or maybe you do. I don't. So that's the tricky balance. Okay. I hope you guys understand. Would be cool seeing the Avs win. What's your favorite Bruno Mars song of all time? I like Treasure and 24 Karat Magic, but this song is really good. And you can ask my family. I've been playing it nonstop. Full essay style. Sometimes. Hope Myers gets re-signed. I don't know about that. I remember when Andrei Kuzmenko refused to wear the Pride jersey. Yes. Yeah, some of the Russian players. For Versace on the floor, that is very good too. I don't mind the Pride stuff, just don't push it. Bedard in the Central has to play versus Hughes, Heiskin, and McCarr. He needs to come home and play in the Pacific. We got Evan, no defense, Bouchard. Are you worried the Canucks' defensive struggles and their blowout loss continue to stunt the young guys' confidence about the season? Yeah, yes and no. I think confidence is a big thing, and it's very, very fickle. And we see it with DPD, right? He was so good last year because no one knew anything about him. Now we expect a bit more, and he's taken. It's kind of interesting. Yesterday I did that poll, or was it this morning I did the poll? Who's been the best of the three young defensemen, Verlander, Bouillem, or DPD? And DPD came a solid third, and then he got sent down today. Honestly, I respect you for taking the time to acknowledge and explain Ricardo's remarks. I don't personally think you needed to, but respect to you. Yeah, thank you, Symphony or Tales. I don't take anyone in here for granted, and I take it personally if someone leaves this channel or leaves this chat or leaves this community. not from a defensive standpoint, but I always want to be a positive light to people I encounter. And sometimes I got to catch myself, depending on what kind of, everyone's human, right? Everyone makes mistakes. And sometimes I find myself in a more sarcastic, ornery, happy, patient mood, whatever it is. But I did probably react to Ricardo a little bit rudely. So that's why I wanted to explain myself. But thank you. After all the refusals, the NHL stopped having players wear the Pride jerseys and warm-ups. Are you excited for Bruno's new album? Yes. Do you think it'll be one of your top faves? Yes. February 6th it comes out, right? Or something like that. Ricardo, what's your take on the Kessler situation? I'm not going to comment on that. It's too dangerous to. It's sad if it's true. I'll just say that. Sedin's ever get a bigger role in management? I think eventually. Why don't Securis? Eventually, because I think they are happy in their role right now. Even Alvin today talked about the fact that they split their time between Abbotsford and Vancouver. Why don't Securis and Price ever acknowledge or highlight the chat? Maybe arrogance and thinking they're too good. That's a good question. Canucks Army, they do only super chats, right? And I get it. They got like tons of people in there. I thought Securis and Price, don't they at least read the chats with donations? I don't know, Lefty, but I do know you go to their show a lot. Okay, last 5 minutes for sure. The popularity, heated rivalry, the NHL might lean to Pride jerseys. Yeah, I have not watched that show yet. Locked Out of Heaven, that's a good one. Is Vancouver the best city where you have had sushi or any place is topic, considering how much you travel? Yeah, I haven't been to Japan since 1989. I presume the sushi in Japan's a little bit better, but I will put it this way. Gail always gives me heck when I buy sushi somewhere else. She goes, why would you pay for sushi in this place, insert place here, when we have such good sushi at home? And that's true. And you know that because when people come here from other cities, they want to try our sushi. Avstars, who wins according to you in a 7-game series? Still going Colorado, and not just because I have them in my champions pool. Going to show me your van base order. Awesome. You'll be joining tomorrow's open mic live stream. Sounds good. Grenade is your favorite song. Also sounds good. Treasure. Yeah, I've done a Treasure, and yeah, we did Trevor. We did one of my favorite parody songs was about Trevor Linden to Treasure. Thoughts on the new jerseys? City Connect type. Oh, I did not know that. I would be interested in that, although I'm not the biggest jersey guy, Tyler. I've ordered Team Canada's shirt from 1996 for our watch parties at Olympics to take my mind up. Nice. You're very well balanced, Clay. Thank you. And I love that you don't feel like you need to change who you are and also keep yourself and the community accountable. We appreciate you reading all our comments. Thank you, Seattle's. I really appreciate that. I heard the NHL will do Color Rush, dark versus dark. What? Isn't that going to be hard? Have the Canucks areas? It was called the Heritage Classic back in 2014, and Luongo got traded a week after because Tortorella started Eddie Lack instead. We played against Ottawa because we didn't have a true outdoor stadium. That was played indoors at BC Place. Not 2014, it was 2014. Sushi with cream cheese. I feel sick. Kaprizov, I don't know. I haven't watched the show. Would I consider doing an NHL draft stream? Perhaps, but you guys know my theory. I don't like doing live streams during events because I feel it takes away your viewing enjoyment, but you can do whatever you want. I know a lot of you guys can multitask. And admittedly, it takes away from my viewing enjoyment because I can't fully concentrate on that because I need to fully concentrate on you. Or I can't fully concentrate on you because I need to fully concentrate on that. So for me, I don't think I do it well. For someone like Russell who can handle it, that's awesome. And he's come up with a formula that works, which is good. Okay, friends, August 8th. I should wrap up here, even though there's a lot more, but I do apologize but I do got to get going. We're at 12:10, which is a lot later than I was expecting tonight, but it was because you guys had amazing questions and comments. And it's because, as was pointed out, I tried my best to answer all of them, not generally to everyone's satisfaction, apparently. But we're good. I'm good. As Seattle's pointed out, I'm very secure in myself, which is fine. Well, she didn't say it like I said it like that. Okay, friends. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all of your enthusiasm. I appreciate us getting to 4/5 of the high five. Moderators, thank you for keeping this safe, a respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Irvin, legendary Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support. Thanks to Hall of Fame franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, subscribing. On the way out, like the video, subscribe, and you can leave a late donation. By the way, I just realized that in my Mitchell sponsory, I forgot to go over my shows for this week. Canucks After Dark tomorrow at 10. Open mic tomorrow night, 11:15. Or maybe I did go over this already. I don't think I did. Tuesday, post-game, 11. Wednesday, members at 11. Thursday, post-game at 11. So tomorrow night, Canucks After Dark, and then open mic at 11:15. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. Thanks to everyone who went above and beyond tonight, and it was a lot of people. Thanks to all of you. Carol gives a membership. Fangirl uses her Triple M. Dino with a massive dono. Skytrain Alfred renewed his membership. Carol with the donation. Harry with the donation. And Fangirl with the donation. I appreciate all of you. Add it all up. And then we have a leaderboard that goes Dino at 1125, Fangirl 525, Harry 325, Carol 275, and Justin and Irvin at 225. That is your top 5. When's Justin's birthday? It's not till later this week, right? January 15th. That's what I thought. So not yet. I almost had an accident in my pants. I thought I missed it. So good. Yes. We will figure out Justin on the 15th. Oh, so Justin, you know what I like to do with Hall of Fame and Legends? I will talk to you before Thursday night, the 15th, for a bit of an appearance, a birthday appearance from Hall of Famer Justin Credible. Okay, friends, you are welcome for the stream. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks to all of you. Tomorrow night, Canucks After Dark at 10, CCC open mic at 11:15, where I'll save my voice and you guys can say whatever you want, however you want. As always, you're awesome. I'm awesome. We are all awesome. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. You know, I kind of get annoyed when my lovely wife Gail gets mad at me, like for being lazy. Like today, she called me out for being lazy. And it's not like I did anything. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.